Hey there, Soul Shines. My name is Michelle, and it's Creative Expressions video. I guess you could call it a podcast. Today, we're going to talk about finished objects, works in progress, and I don't know. We'll see where we go. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to show off my nails. I have a friend. Her name is Marta. I should show you the other hand, too. My favorite are these accent nails. Like the velvet stuff is cool, but it kind of covers up. And then the accent nails have, I don't know if you can see them, little stamp thingy on it. Anyway, hopefully that was visible. They're pretty fun. I enjoy them. This is my second time getting my nails done ever. And I kind of like it. They're gel nails. I really trust the person that does them. She's slow. She's still learning. She hasn't got her license quite yet, but she's getting it this summer. So she's still an apprentice. But I really like what she does, and I really enjoy knowing that when I get on, my nails are going to look good for tutorials and things like that. So the other thing I did, that it's my first finished object. Okay, I'm going to put a picture up somewhere on the screen, and I'm calling it a shoe hammock. It's because my shoes were just tossed in a pile at the bottom, and I haven't had a lot of money, so I was like, what do I have around here that I can do that I can resolve this problem? And so my boots are still at the bottom of the closet, but my shoes are hanging out in the shoe hammock. And it just makes it a little easier. It makes it easier to reach and grab them because I'm not having to reach down on the floor. I actually can reach up and take them off, so I like that. It helps contain them so they're not in the way of the door closing when I close the closet door. So I really like this, and all I did was make a net. I made it with bigger holes just because I wanted it to be fast. And so I made the net with some strings to tie it, put some cardboard in there. The cardboard has been kind of bending, so the shoe hammock is a little bit scrunched together. So if I wanted to make a more permanent or solution, I probably should get like a board of some kind to put in the bottom just to help it stay out. But for now, it is great. It is wonderful. I still got like this much, and then the sides go like this, bent. And it's okay. It works for me, and it resolves the problem. So, another finished object. I'll actually do this. So I showed this last time, and I still don't have any popsicles, but it's a popsicle holder, so it's a tube. And then you can put the popsicle inside so that the kids, it's for like the freezer pops, otter pop kind of things. So I made them for Mermaid. And this one, I didn't realize how short it was because it is quite a bit shorter than the other one. But it's okay because they're for my grandkids, and my grandson's like 3 and my granddaughter's turning 5. So I made this one, and I'm planning to make more and probably put them for sale somewhere. We'll see. So I want to make some more, and I'm just using the leftover fingering weight cotton that I have, and so knitted those up and really love them. So this is the finished object. This is the previous one. Really excited about those. And I have a little thing I'm checking off today to make sure I talk about everything. The other thing I did, and it's for sale. I think I have a buyer, but I don't know for sure if she is going to follow through. If not, I will find a way to sell it somewhere else tomorrow. But I've made one of those memory turtle games. I want to figure out a solution so that the head is not so floppy. Also, I'm going to put, if I make them again, I'm going to put a loop there for the buttonhole because this is just using the space between, but that's awkward, actually. The other option would be to kind of figure out where it would be and make a couple of triples that it would go between. I just think it would be a little awkward, or a little less awkward. So I have the little baby turtles. They are so stinking cute. And so there are 10 pairs. I've got blue and brown. What else? Got a burgundy and a dark blue. And a golden color and a pink color. That's 3. And red. And there's another blue and another red. So like I said, there's 2 of each color. I know there's another color in here. I've got brown again. I've got a lavender color. What else do we have in here? Oh, I have not showed you this lime green color and black. This black is actually a sparkle black, which was pretty fun, but it's the only sparkly one. I think that's all of the colors. I think otherwise everything else in here is a match of what's already out here. Pink, yellow, yeah. So there are 20 turtles in total. It makes for 10 matches. And I'm really excited about these. I don't know. I kind of put off in the past making things for people. I really struggle with the idea of doing made-to-order things. Because I don't want to get bored with them. Or find out that I can't do it the way they want to, or there's just a lot of mind games that go in with that. So I'm kind of hesitant to do made-to-order things. But I've decided to start trying to see if there are some things that I can make to sell. So I felt like making a turtle. The other thing that I am doing is this is kind of moving us into works in progress. I am doing the octopus memory game. So I will put a picture of the pattern octopus. I won't tell you what I'm doing different until it's a finished object. But I'm also making that to sell. And so I'm working on that. I'm working on Mama first, because then as I finish the babies can just go inside Mom. And I like that. So I am working on the Mama octopus. And what else am I working on? I have started my mystery yarn challenge object. I will link the video up here, the unboxing for so you can see what yarns I got. The unboxing, actually, I guess it's on this side. Sorry, I gotta remember, point to the side without the door. So I'm gonna share that so you can see. I'm really excited about the project that I'm making. And I have not done anything more on the silk shawl. Here's the problem with the silk shawl, and to a degree with my daughter's gloves. Those I have to sit down and look at a pattern for. And sometimes if I have to really focus on the pattern, it's a little harder to want to do them. I like things that are a little more mindless, or that you can learn the repeat really fast, or like the turtles, even though, there's kind of a different rule, it was kind of like, okay, how far out does the circle go before the instructions change? And then I can just keep going and pay attention to that. So that one's easy. Some things I'm doing I don't even have a pattern for. The other thing with my daughter's gloves is that I do have to sit with light. So now I'm even more hesitant about that. Yesterday I recorded the unboxing of the mystery yarn thing, and then I had a video that a conference thing. And I edited while sitting in this chair. So I sat in this chair for like 4 or 5 hours yesterday. And yes, I got up and stuff. But at the end of the day, my ankle was so swollen. And I can't I know that a part of the problem is then where I broke my knee 3 years ago, but I think part of my problem is my hip. So now I'm like even more hesitant to sit in this chair. So I won't be working on that today because I've already had chair time here. I'll have to do it on a time when I'm not recording. Also, I won't be doing editing while sitting here. As nice as it feels like I'm sitting in a little office, I just can't do that because I am having that swelling, and I'm not really sure what the cause is. So there's that. I have not been working on the grandkid snakes. I don't know what to do about that. I just have got to make it a big thing that I do, I think. What else? I've talked about the freezer socks. Let's look. Freezer socks. Freezer pops. I'm making with sock yarn. Another knitted item that I've been working on is my alpaca socks. And they are definitely growing. I don't know how long they were last time I showed them, but they have been growing, and I'm excited. And these are my travel with me items. So I might take the mystery crochet along with me this weekend. I'm going to an event, and then so I'm recording this on Thursday. Friday evening, I'm going to be spending the night at my cousin's house, and then Saturday I'm driving up to the event. I might take the mystery crochet along project with me to my cousin's house, or I just might take these and then work on these if I ever have downtime. But they're my take with me project, which is why I can get some things done. I also did them. I had a Zoom class last night, and I worked on them there because it's kind of fairly mindless knitting until you get to the heel, and even the heel is not that bad the way that I do it. So, is that all the projects? Okay, one more knitted thing. Sorry about crinkling. Oh, just lost a yarn. I have been working on my sweater. So I have finished the main yoke part, and now I'm working a little bit below. I probably have like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch before I break off the sleeves, and so this is pretty exciting, and I think it's turning out quite lovely. So I'm really excited to see this turn out. I did not have yarn near me last time. I actually dropped one of the yarns. So this is Paris Drops. Drops Paris, sorry. So it's from the Drops People Garnier website. I don't remember. I will make sure that I link the pattern to anything that I've mentioned that has a pattern. But this is 100% cotton. It's a Paris unicolor, and it's color 59, which basically to me says it's a rose color or a dusty rose. It's really pretty. I do not have a pattern for the shoe rack. I can link to the Etsy patterns for the turtle and the octopus. I do not have a pattern for these. I'm considering making these. I haven't decided if I'm actually going to. The idea of writing a knit pattern is kind of scary, guys. I've been crocheting for 40 years, so the idea of writing a crochet pattern is not as weird to me. I've been reading crochet patterns since I was 10 or 11. So that's not a problem. Alpaca socks are just a general vanilla sock. I don't know if I'm going to do the fish lips or shadow wrap heel, but I'll do one of those. I'll link to the pink sweater, the drops thing. I'm calling it the pink sweater for my site. I will make sure to link to the knit shawl. No pattern for the mystery crochet along. I'm actually making it it's not mystery crochet along, mystery yarn challenge. I am crocheting and knitting on this project, I will tell you that much. And I'm making up the pattern as I go. Although I might use a pattern for parts of it. We'll see. I mentioned Cheyenne's Glove, so I'll leave that link below too. And the temperature snakes, I will leave a link to the temperature snakes. Also, I got some beautiful yarn from Knit Picks. It's called Shine. Came in the unboxing that I will link up here. It was just a mystery box that I received just because somebody loves me. I was so excited. My favorite kind of Happy Meal. And so I got some beautiful yarn there, and I am making, there was 4 colors that I'm using to make this thing. There was a yellow, there's a pink, there's a green, and there's a blue, and they are just gorgeous. They are sport weight cotton, Pima cotton, and something else. I've read so many different yarn labels in the last few days that I can't remember, and it's way over there. I remember that it was like a semi-natural fiber, I think. And I had to look it up. It wasn't viscose, and it wasn't acetate. It wasn't rayon. Oh, it's almost there. It's not molad, but it's like similar to that in name. So, that's frustrating. Modal? Maybe it's modal. Anyway, so I'm making a thing, and I was trying to kind of make up my own pattern. Then I realized I am not going to have enough yardage for it. And so then I went back and I found a pattern, and I actually was making this pattern in the teal yarn. It's mandala, and the mandala was for a worsted weight, but I'm just going to use the same hook size and then the smaller yarn, and hoping that it will still get me the size that I need. Let's see, because I'm not quite sure how that works. Yeah, so I'm going to try that and do a mandala effect with the 4 colors. So I've divided up the yellow yarn, which I'm starting with, because I did all this work with the green, ran out of green yarn actually, and then I went, I can't do this. It's not going to work. It's not going far enough, and it's just not working. So I will work up with the yellow and frog the green and divide the green in half. Yes. Okay. That leaves showing an update on Millie. So I updated her last Sunday, which means she will be a week old as of the time of you reading this, but I probably will have updated her on Sunday. Depends on how busy I am. Sometimes I miss a week and have to do 2 weeks, which I don't like because then it takes twice as long. But here is Millie. We've had some good warm weather. I believe we actually may, I don't know. I don't know if we've gone into the higher temperatures yet, or if we're just still going to be in this darker pink. I know we've gone back up into this darker pink. So this was pretty fun. This would have been right around the 1st of the month, so she's 5 months old. January, February, March, April, and May. Isn't that exciting? She's getting so long. So long. So yeah. She is my in-between continuation. The multivalence, that is the mystery crochet along. I'm going to check really quick to see if I got an email about that today. Because I know that the knit along came and it comes a few days before, but I don't do the knit along. I do the crochet along. So yeah, I can't do anything more on the mystery crochet along because I have not got the clue. I'm not sure if it's gonna come tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, but usually I just got the knitting one I think yesterday, and usually it's like 3 or 4 days after that. So I think somewhere around the 10th is when I get the crochet for, or the next clue. I'm so excited. It's such a pretty thing that's growing and doing amazing. So another thing, watch for another unboxing. I released an unboxing on Thursday. I released from my Happy Mail. I released an unboxing on Saturday from the Mystery Crochet Along. And then I have a box sitting next to me. I'm thinking it's because I won a Mystery Crochet Along. She started doing, she used to do it where people would vote on the things and then the winner would get a prize. But then she decided that she was just going to put everybody who participated and did a finished object, she's going to put them in a picker thing and just kind of spin and let it pick somebody. And I got picked for the April one, so that was kind of fun. I think that's what this box is. We'll find out when I open it. But that unboxing is going to be scheduled for Wednesday or Thursday, I think. Probably Wednesday. Sounds like a better day. Sooner, right? Let me see if there's anything else. The other things is I have some things so I have not been working on. I may just pull it out and do it by hand. I don't know. There's something about sitting in the machine that just ugh. But I like to sew by hand, so I might do that. And just so I can get them off of my thing, it's driving me crazy to see those all the time. Like, you haven't done that, you haven't done that. And then I have some work on patterns that I also need to do that I have not done. So those are the things going on there. Other things, I've been playing with an app called Notion. That's been fascinating. I like organizing. I've realized that. I don't like home organizing for other people, because I tried that for a minute, but there's a lot of things that bug me. I also have a lot of trauma around it. My mom was a school teacher, and I would go in and help her at different times throughout the years, and I would help her with organizing. And so I would go in and do the help her get it all ready at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year. And it drove me crazy because I was doing the same exact things every year. Now, I have since learned a few things, and I realized my mom is probably a butterfly. Maybe she's a bee. I don't know. If you don't know, Cass the Clutter Bug, she does things where you can take a quiz and you can find out what your clutter type is. And I tend to be a cricket. Sometimes I kind of go into a little bit of a ladybug, and they're both hidden organizers, but also I tend to be detailed organizer, which is why I actually enjoy Notion, is because I can detail organize things. But kind of in between, like this, like just hurry and do it, and this like take your time being perfectionist is kind of this in between space for me, leaning towards cricket side. But yeah, which is why my house drives me crazy, because right now I have so much visual clutter and it's like extra. So clutter is always bad for everybody. It always affects people, whether you think it does or doesn't. But there are people who need things behind doors and they need less visual clutter. And then there are people that need to see their things or they forget about it. And I am a behind doors person. I think my mom needed to see it, honestly. And then there's macro and micro. And macro people, they just want a very fast put it away. They don't mind digging through to pull things out. Like, putting it away is more important for them, that it's a fast and easy put it away. And for a micro organizer, it's actually more important that they can find it faster. It's an interesting little distinction. that I have to know exactly where it is. And if I have to dig through things to find it, it's going to drive me crazy. Which is why I lean more towards that. Very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. Most professional organizers are crickets, which is why I know I'm not a full-blown cricket, is because when I read their things, I'm just like, okay, that's a little extreme. But the ease of getting something out, the ease of knowing it's where it's going to be when I go to look for it, is more important for me than the how easy is it to put away. Because if it has a home, I will put it away. And this is where crickets and bees get in trouble, is because they tend to be the most perfectionist ones, and they will create piles of stuff that need to be put away. And it's because it doesn't have a home, and they don't have the time to make the system for the home. Or in my case, they don't have the resources like space, organizers, things like that, which is why I can kind of go ladybug, is because I have to have it hidden, but also I can have it a little bit bigger categories. I can do micro categories, and I love micro categories. I can't do the mega just everything's in, like everything for summer in one bin would drive me crazy. Even my yarn, I have a tote that has worsted weight yarn in it. I have a tote that has kind of novelty and lighter worsted weight yarns in it. And if I could, I would have separate totes for those. I have a tote for sock yarns, and unfortunately my cotton is also in there because my worsted weight is actually acrylic worsted. I have a place where my current projects go. I have a place where my very next projects that are already planned go. So I kind of have it all in these organized things. Another thing is, because apparently this is what we're talking about today. Another thing is whether or not you fold your clothes or not. I fold all my stuff to put it away. The idea of just tossing things into a drawer, like, seriously gives me anxiety. I just don't understand how people can do that. And yet I have kids that it's just like, if I want them to put their clothes away, I have to let go of the need for them to fold their stuff and just allow them to have things. And a lot of times my kids don't even care if they're in categories. It's just like, it's clothes. I throw it in there. We're working on that one. So they don't necessarily fold their clothes. I have to have my things folded. Yeah, it's fascinating. Isn't it amazing how different we can be? People who have to have their things folded but see it, they are the bees. And so they're super organized, but it has to be visual organization. And if they put it out of sight, they can't see it, or they forget they have it. Their most important things have to be visual. So I've been playing with Notion as a way to help organize some things. I don't love Ravelry for my projects. I love Ravelry for finding projects. I think it's fun to join some of the groups, but I forget to check in. I think it's an ease of access thing. I forget to update my projects on Ravelry. But I have projects in my Notions, and I keep those updated. So it's really funny how that works. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because it's my own system that I'm creating, but I'm having a lot of fun playing with Notion for organizing. I always want to put an S on the end of that. So, but playing with Notion for organizing, working on getting my home to actually be more what I desire, to bring that cricket in. Crickets behind closed doors, very organized. Why it's a cricket, I don't know. The ladybug, she's like, 'cause when it's closed, it looks all pretty, and when you open it up, it's a hot mess. And then, yeah. I'm going to think for a second if there's anything else I want to talk about. Kind of along the lines of organizing, been decluttering some more. I bought a new little set of containers because they stack well inside of them. And I know that currently the big thing about minimalism and organizing is to stack your things, not nesting them inside, but with their lids together. But I just don't have space for that. I am in a tiny place with 6 people living in the house, and the amount of things that we need containers for, it just doesn't work for me. And the kind of containers that I had, I didn't like. They were ones my mom picked, and I just never liked them, partly because they didn't stack, but it wasn't the only reason. I just didn't love them. So I got new containers, which means I can get rid of the old, and taking more steps to declutter. I have a strong belief that minimalism is the way to go. As I have been going through my stuff and getting rid of stuff and realizing, I don't love that, don't need it. It's really fascinating to go through things that I pull out because as I'm going through my mom's stuff, I'm just looking over there and I'm like, oh, there's a beautiful lighthouse over there, and I'm over it. I put it up because I thought it was pretty, because it was my mom's. And I'm just finding that I just don't need to hold on to some of those sentimental things. I still keep certain things. But I think I'm going to let that go. Maybe. We'll see. The other thing I'm doing is decluttering projects. I'm like looking at, am I going to sew that? Am I going to crochet that? Am I going to knit that? Why am I holding on to that idea if I'm never going to? I need to look at some of the things I've promised my daughter and say, am I really going to make these, and take them off the list and that kind of thing. So I've got to find a way to work things off that I'm going to work off, give myself deadlines. Yes. But I have so many things going on. So many things going on. There was one more thing I was going to tell you about. Oh, the car. So I did, I had those neurographic things that are up there. If you haven't seen, it's in a past video. I did one about I'm not capable. And the next day, I was like, why am I thinking I have to sell the van? Let's find out what it will take to fix it. And so it looks like it should be a quick fix. So we paid the money to get my car registered and a temporary plate to last through the month of June. And so let's hope that it actually fixes the car and that I can get my car officially registered for the whole year and be good, because I really, really hated May. Not having a vehicle was so stressful. There were so many things that I didn't get to do. A lot of very hurt feelings, and because I would ask for help and get turned down, things like that. So there was a lot going on. So I really hate not having a car, and so working on that. I think that's everything for today. I think I'm done chatting. Remember to let your light shine through your creations, whatever kind of creations they be. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!